What's going on, YouTube? It's the Game Zombie here with a Mortal Kombat X exclusive. Now, for everybody that doesn't know, GDC took place last week. That's the Game Developers Conference. And they had a full playable demo of Mortal Kombat X where you could actually play the first chapter in the story mode. And even though there was an embargo and they weren't able to say anything during the GDC conference, a lot of people were able to play that demo, and I have the first exclusive preview of the story mode. So if you guys don't want to spoil it, stop watching this video now, as I will be narrating the first chapter of Mortal Kombat X. So, we begin in a mysterious cavern decorated with many stone sculptures of characters, including a statue of Shinnok, shackled in chains, Shao Kahn wielding his hammer, Sonya Blade and Johnny Cage fighting off a bunch of Tarkatans that look like Baraka, and a statue of Liu Kang. The narrator is talking about Raiden setting up the Mortal Kombat tournament with the blessing of the Elder Gods to give Earthrealm a fighting chance against forces from other realms. And then he also states that 2 years ago, Shao Kahn was defeated after he violated the rules of Mortal Kombat and tried to invade Earthrealm, and his punishment was death by the Elder Gods, which we saw at the end of MK9. It is also revealed that these actions were orchestrated and manipulated by Shinnok so he could resume his war against Raiden and the Elder Gods. Most of the defenders of Earthrealm were killed and resurrected as undead zombies under the control of Quan Chi after Shao Kahn's failed invasion. We pretty much all saw that at the end of MK9. We're then taken to a scene at the destroyed city, and it's filled with special forces soldiers going to war against the onslaught of Oni demons from Netherrealm. And we see some crazy ultra-violent kills on both sides. They're just going to war. And then the camera pans out to a helicopter, and in the helicopter is Sonya, Johnny Cage, and Kenshi, and a group of like Black Ops operatives. And they're traveling to a undisclosed location to open a portal to take them to Raiden's Sky Temple so they can find a way to stop this ongoing invasion of Earthrealm. And Kenshi and Johnny Cage are kind of just discussing what they need to do to take on Shinnok, and Johnny is talking and says that he's gonna kick Shinnok's ass. And then out of nowhere, a spear crashes through the helicopter and almost hits Sonya in the face, and we see Scorpion randomly teleport inside the aircraft and just start murdering all the Black Ops Special Force soldiers, and we get a cutscene. And in the cutscene, we have Scorpion fighting Johnny, and it's a quick time event, just like Injustice had, where you have to hit the correct buttons and certain combinations. Scorpion then knocks out Kenshi from the helicopter after the quick time events, but he stabs a sword into the side of the helicopter and is able to hang on, and then flings himself back in. And then out of nowhere, an ice blast hits the helicopter, and Sub-Zero appears looking crazy and possessed. Then him and Scorpion start to fight Johnny Cage, and just as they're about to kill Johnny, Kenshi knocks Sub-Zero from the aircraft. The aircraft is all fucked up, so Sonya has to crash land it. And then when they're on the street, Sonya is all dazed and confused. And then Johnny Cage is again confronted by Sub-Zero. And that's the first actual fight in the story mode. So then after you defeat Sub-Zero, we pan out to a scene where Raiden and Fujin are fighting a bunch of demons from Outworld on the outskirts of the Sky Temple, and Raiden and Fujin are just taking care of business. Fujin is doing a bunch of his crazy wind stuff, and then he fatalitizes a couple Oni, and then Quan Chi appears in the distance with a bunch of crazy looking demons and Zombie Striker, Cabal, and Sindel. And Raiden tells him he's desecrating hollow ground, and Quan Chi proclaims that he's returned with 3 fallen warriors back to life, which are the zombie versions of the combatants in MK9. And then he orders all the zombies to attack Raiden and Fujin, and then Cabal attacks Raiden and sinks his swords into him, and Sindel screams into Fujin's face and messes him up. And then it pans back to Sonya, Johnny, and Kenshi, where they enter a forest area, and they're attacked by zombie Nightwolf, Jax, and Smoke. And Nightwolf takes control of a bunch of demons and tells them to attack the group of soldiers, while Smoke fights Johnny Cage in combat, declaring Smoke is dead. I am Ananra, who I don't know who the hell that is. But Sonya is confronted by Jax, who tells her that this is your last mission. Before grappling with her, Jax has a purple glowing light emanating from his bionic arms and has a more distinguished goatee, so he looks a little older, looks a little different. Jax gains the upper hand against Sonya, but then is knocked back with Johnny Cage, or by Johnny Cage, and then you get an actual fight between Jax and Johnny Cage. And then Kenshi, Sonya, and Johnny, after the fight, Kenshi, Sonya, and Johnny regroup, and they enter a cavern where the portal that they're looking for is, and they're guided by Kenshi's sword. And the sword starts glowing, and you start to see a bunch of symbols etched on the walls. And then a portal appears. All 3 characters jump into the portal. We are then taken back to Fujin and Raiden, where they're fighting Quan Chi and the zombies. And the zombie characters are taken out by Raiden and Fujin. And then Quan Chi makes this crazy dragon skull with his spine as a tail, and it wraps around Raiden and smashes him. And then out of nowhere, a pair of skeletal hands come out of the ground and begin to open up, revealing Shinnok within them. And Shinnok then blasts the 2 gods unconscious with a crazy energy blast from his amulet, while threatening to destroy all life on Earth by corrupting it. Shinnok is then surprisingly assaulted by Johnny Cage, which makes Shinnok drop his amulet, and all the characters begin to scurry around trying to grab it, and Sonya just starts shooting from machine guns towards Shinnok, but it's all blocked by this crazy magical barrier that he has. And then Sonya and Johnny start attacking Shinnok, and they start teaming him, which can be seen in the story trailer. But Shinnok knocks Sonya unconscious and then uses some crazy magic to paralyze Johnny Cage. And then Shinnok goes to finish off Sonya with some magic from his amulet, but Johnny uses his crazy energy and jumps in the way and absorbs the blast. So pretty much takes a bullet. And then we get another fight, and this time it's Johnny Cage against Shinnok. And fighting Shinnok, a bunch of crazy moves. His fighting style was Imposter, or his variation. He has a crazy amount of spells that come from his amulet, and he has projectiles that come out of the ground like Shang Tsung, and he also has stunning abilities, kind of like Cyrax's net or Sub-Zero's Ice Ball. So after the fight, we see Johnny Cage sweep kick the amulet towards Raiden, and then Raiden blasts Shinnok with the amulet, and eventually it consumes him and imprisons him, which we've also seen in the trailer. Johnny then runs to Sonya, kind of sets the path for them hooking up. And then Raiden says that the amulet needs to be in the possession of the Elder Gods for council. And Fujin starts talking to Johnny about being the new Earthrealm champion. And then it ends, you guys. So, pretty crazy to start off the first chapter like that. You know, it's kind of a prologue to get the story started. Cassie Cage and all them haven't even been born yet. So this is pretty much right after the events of MK9. And it's all pretty interesting. I think that we're going to see some characters brought back from their demonic possession, like Jax. There's going to be a lot of characters in the game that are in the story mode that aren't going to be playable. So even though a lot of fan favorites won't be playable, you know, at least we'll get to see them make a cameo or some kind of appearance, which is better than nothing. And that's it, you guys. I can't wait. We only have about 4 more weeks till this game comes out. And I just know it's going to be great. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to hit that like button. And as always, subscribe.